Okay, it says I'm live. Hi. I've got to actually set my phone a little bit further away. I'm not quite ready. I'm going to give it a couple of minutes also. Let's see. Oh, that's not bad. Okay. Hi. Where's... Oh. Sorry. I got morning brain going on. I do have my notes because lots of information today, like a ton. Hi, Story. It says that comments are going to come up, and I really hope to God they do because I'm locked out of Facebook on my computer. It says that I was moving too fast was the excuse. I'm like, what? Yeah, whatever. So I got locked out of my computer. So if there are comments, I mean, give a wave, a hi, something. Maybe I could see it. Well, I mean, because it's telling me that people are watching. So I really hope it doesn't screw up my live. It's really going to tick me off. That's okay. I'm going to give it a couple of more minutes. I see that we have 3 on right now. Yeah, right now it's just telling me that people are watching, so hopefully we'll get there. Anyway, happy Saturday morning, everybody. I'm really excited about this live because it's a lot of information, and I love egg cleansing. Anyway, I don't know, it's amazing what it can do and what it can tell you. So anyway, I don't know. I think I just love everything about this path. Like I said, if you're able to, because all it's telling me is that people are watching. If you're able to pop a wave or a hello on there, that'd be awesome. So I know if comments are coming in, because I got locked out of my laptop and I don't have another way to get on my phone today. That sucks. Not the laptop itself, but locked out of my Facebook on my laptop. It said that I was moving too fast. I don't understand that, but whatever. Oh, man. I'm going to hate this. I'm not going to hate it, but I'm going to hate it. It sucks. I like being able to interact with everybody. I get this feeling that I'm not going to be able to see anybody's comments because I'm almost positive y'all are saying hello. You always do, you know. So I'm really sorry. It's not going to be the best interactive live. You can definitely comment on here. When I'm able to see the comments, I can respond as quickly as I can. Oh, I'm so bummed about that. And I don't have another way to get on. I don't even have my laptop or my iPad with me to jump on there to be able to see a second way. I don't have another phone here. I'm sorry. All right, well, on that bit of a depressing note, I'm going to go ahead and get started because I got a lot to tell you, like a lot. I am going to be reading from my notes on and off, mostly on, because there's so much information. And then I have a little surprise. We're going to actually do an egg cleansing and read it. So if I go over an hour, I'll pause for a minute. You'll kind of come with me or help me open the shop, and then I'll continue. All right? So without further ado, let me get started. All right. First things first that I want to tell everybody. When you're doing, after you do your egg cleansing or basically putting all of your energies into your egg, or all of the energies, the negatives, the positives, everything. And that's what you're doing. you're pulling everything, it's going into the egg, and then it's going to tell you what it says. But first and foremost, most importantly, when there's my glass of water, right? Isn't not just the cutest cup. Anyway, when you're looking through the glass, you want to look through the glass. Don't look down. That is not going to give you a proper reading. You want to look through. And if it's a glass like this that has writing on one side, don't try to look where the writing's at the back or the writing's at the front. Look at it sideways so that you can see straight through and the print that's on the glass is not in your way. Okay? So that's what I want to say first. That's like first and foremost. You're not going to get an accurate reading if you look down into the glass. Okay? All right. Anyway. And then one of the reasons why you're not going to get an accurate reading, one of the other, I see a comment. That's awesome. Morning, you guys. Comments are coming through. Oh, yeah. How fun would it be able to go shopping there and walk into the egg? I know, right? I've had people walk in on some of my rituals. I'm sorry. I'm just so excited that comments are coming in now. Anyway. Then it decided to glitch. Oh, today is not a good computer day for me. That's okay. Anyway, one of the other reasons why we don't look down is because if you have pulled negative energies, right? You could actually reabsorb those energies by looking down into the glass. Mind you, we don't have our egg in there yet, right? You could actually reabsorb those energies, and then you got to do the damn cleansing again. So, there we go. And then, for your information, I know, right? Woo, I'm excited, guys. Not all readings are 100% accurate. Not all readings are about someone casting against you. Sometimes we are our own saboteurs. I'm sorry. I know, Gina. I can't help it. I just exude what I feel. I can't help it. It drives my husband nuts. I'm trying. Actually, you know what? I've got something that's going to help me with this right now. We're going to hold our tiger's eye because we know that he's going to help me a lot. Okay. Anyway. And then sometimes you have to do more than one egg cleansing. Sometimes the first egg cleansing only tells you, I know, I'm going to keep tripping electronics. That's okay. Because after I do this live, I'm really not much on the electronics anyway. So I'm just gonna chill and vibe and probably light a couple of candles and do the shop. Thank you. Anyway, sometimes your first egg cleansing only tells you what's going on, right? And you might have to do a second one to get rid of the issue. And that's if there is an issue, right? So I'm going to explain that a little bit further. And I am going to jump around my notes a little bit, just FYI, right? You know what? I'm going to go to the end of my notes first because no, I'm not. I'm sorry, guys. I'm a mess. So let me give you the quick interpretations, okay? If the water smells bad or you see blood, it's the work of maleficent operations, If there, so I am a use all my senses. I'm going to use my eyes. I'm going to use my fingers. I will even put my hand into the water with the egg and feel if there's I know this doesn't make sense, a slimy texture, right? Now, a good egg, a good raw egg has normal slimy texture. But we all know how to crack or how to tell if an egg's good or not when we're cooking, I hope. The sliminess is totally different. So I'm going to use my touch. I'm going to use my sight. I'm going to use my nose, and I'm going to smell. You know what I mean? And some of us, not everybody, can actually hear vibrations going on inside the egg. So open your senses and use them all, because they're really going to help you. Okay? My second quick interpretation of reading the eggs is if there are small spots of blood in the water, this is a sign of bad luck and damage caused by strong witchcraft workings, especially if the water is cloudy. Matilda's vacuuming right now. It's like an oily, slimy versus... Yes, exactly. Thank you. Thank you for explaining that better for me. It is exactly like that. It's got an oily sliminess to it. And it's totally different. Noticeably, also. No, it's very noticeable. My third quick one is if the water becomes cloudy with no odor or blood present, it's the sign of lost soul or energy. So, thank you, Story. My best interpretation of that is you've been around like an energy vampire, or someone has really blocked your energies. Okay? So that's an indication of that. Because an energy vampire can disturb your soul. So we want to make sure that we're double checking to see if that happened also, especially if you've been in large crowds. You never know. They could have just touched you. They could have brushed against you in passing. They tend to do that. If the egg yolk has the shape of a face, look at the yolk, and if you see a face in there, it's the sign of an enemy. A slender face indicates a male, and a more round, pudgy face indicates a female. Okay? If the egg yolk takes the shape of an eye, like the evil eye, this is a sign of basically evil eye. I kind of jumped ahead of my words on my notes. Yes, if the egg takes the shape of an eye, it is the sign of the evil eye. Somebody is definitely watching you. And if there are small bubbles in the water, this is a sign that negative energy was absorbed by your guardian spirits. Okay, so that's literally just my quick notes. I'm going to actually do a little bit of, I'm going to, instead of going into my more in-depth interpretations right away, this is where I'm going to jump around on my notes a little bit. Because we're going to do let's do all the ladies, but I do Uh-oh, I got to open this. What are your guides getting excited about? Oh, no. Well, hopefully in a good way. I love that. Thank you. Have an energy surrounding you. Most of the time, my grandma is with me about ceremonies. You know what, Christy? That's not a bad thing. My Aunt Gypsy is always with me. And I do feel that sometimes I pick up not on her outside energy, but on her energy that she's pushing inside to me. You know what I mean? And in most cases, I don't know. I mean, if your grandma is with you 75% of the time, as you're saying right here, she's not with you out of malice. So you're not going to get that. You know what I mean? And most likely, you're going to see bubbles, like small, tiny little bubbles, the majority of the time, because most likely she's absorbing a lot of bad energies. Whether it just be somebody giving you a dirty look because you parked in a spot that they wanted. You know what I mean? I mean, there's so many different types of bad energies out there. Some of them are itty bitty and some of them are massive. So it just varies. I love that, Patience. Now that song's going to be stuck in my head. Thank you very much. Anyway, okay, I'm going to set him down because I actually do feel a bit calmer. My heart's not pounding out of my chest. And I'm going to slide my notes up. We're going to do a little bit of an egg cleansing, okay? So when you're doing an egg cleansing, and I decided last minute to add this because why not? It's not about making it interesting. It's like if we're going to teach on this, we need to teach it all, you know, not leave anything out, okay? So I want you can talk to your egg, you can whisper to your egg. Right now, I'm just giving it energy. That's it. While I'm talking, I'm just giving it energy. You can do it any way you want, okay? But you do need to start with at least holding on to your egg, okay? And I'm not exactly sure if we're going to get the best reading out of this today. They're not 100% accurate, but they're damn good. But I'm also not concentrating on it because, of course, trying to do the live and teach it, right? So anyway, after you have gotten a chance to connect with your egg, and I have actually been holding on to the egg, trying to make sure that I connected with it for the last, I don't know, I put it in my, I put it in my cleavage for the drive over here so that I could, oh, sorry, Matilda, so that I could get a chance to connect with it a little bit better, and I didn't want to put it in my purse and accidentally break it inside my purse. So 2 reasons why. So I think we've got I know, right? Last minute thoughts are cool. Anyway, so I have gotten a chance to connect with her. And yes, she is a her. And then what you want to do is you want to start rubbing it. Just rub it all over your body. And I mean everywhere. Your head, your brain, your face, everywhere you possibly can. I want you to rub it. Oop. I'm going to go down our legs. Because you want to pull. I actually did an event last night, it's a good time to do an egg cleansing. I mean, it actually works out pretty good. Let's see if I can get my back here. I've been having issues with my throat, so let's work on that chakra, right? You want it to pull all of those energies that you possibly can. And then when you feel good about it, that's when you're going to drop it in your... Did it recently. It did not take to connect with her before I rubbed her all over. Thank you for that. Oh, yeah. Connect with your egg. If that means... Like I did, yes, stick it in your cleavage and drive it around. It was actually, I thought it was a good spot because she was safe and right at my heart chakra. Good spot for it. That's a plus of being a woman, isn't it? All right, I got to grab a paper towel because I might make a mess with this. Don't drop the egg. Then you got to start over. We're going to set her down for a minute because it's okay to do that. only because I need to grab a paper towel because I just thought, I might make a mess. I know, right? Perfect. So then we're gonna crack our egg. Oop, see, I already started making a mess. And you could talk to her and whisper to her while she's going inside there. Oh. You'll be able to watch that. Let me adjust this a little bit. I thought I was showing you. That would have been easier. All right. And I like to set the shell next to my glass because the shell is still talking to you, talking to the egg, talking to everything. And, oh, okay. Well, let's take a look at our egg because she's already got things to say. Let me turn this around. Like I said, we want to look through, okay? I don't know how well you could see it, but there are 1, 2, 3, 4 bubbles. Can I zoom in? No, I can't zoom in. If you could see those bubbles, there's bubbles. Part of the yolk is literally going straight up. Yeah, they're not coming down to me. They're going up. There's one back here that's partially going up. Looks like I've got some work to do. Oh, I'm glad you could see it. Yeah. Now, I'm going to actually pick up the glass and try to look a little bit closer. And we've got a little dot over here on the side, but then again, these are raw eggs. Oh, things are moving. Now, when you move your glass, move it slowly so that we can see. Okay, let me try to turn it. I got to set it down. My hand at the back of the glass. So I'm trying to turn it a little bit. You see that bubble right there? See how it's got... Yeah, I do that, but it's kind of hard to watch or hold the phone and that at the same time. Anyway, you see how those bubbles, we've changed a little bit. Okay. So my egg is actually doing some work. Or my ancestors or deities are doing some work because look at how she's already changed. Already. You know, notice how we had those lines going straight up? Now we have droplets going down and droplets going up. So she's changed a little bit. Yeah, I do have some work ahead of me. Thank you. Well, they're cleaning things up. You're right. I have a feeling that Aunt Gypsy, because she's always with me, said, oh, hells no. We got to take care of this. I do have strong protection, and I know I have strong protection. I know I do. My deities, my guides, sometimes I feel bad for them because they are always having to work hard. Yep. You guys are awesome. I mean, you're freaking nailing it all on the head. All of it. Yes. Work is happening right now as we speak. Hi, Billy Joe. Bubbles are coming down. She's still not floating. She's still sitting in the bottom of the jar. So we've got the bottom of the glass. So we've still got definitely things holding on. A little bit of adjustments happening, but none of my, like those lines going straight up. There was no webbing, so that's good news. Those are gone. But now we have bubbles going, or striations, whatever they're called, going down. And then we have some coming up. It's almost getting like a cave-like effect within. So, let me hit on, I'm going to have to kind of like look through real quick the notes while I'm talking with you guys. But let me hit on what has actually happening with my own egg cleansing. And then I'll go over other things that you see and what they mean. Okay, so a little bit of both, right? So obviously my first one on the list, right? It says, when you break the egg and the yolk has bubbles around it or shooting upwards, we have what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 little bubbles shooting upwards, right? It's a sign that the negative energy is too much, meaning you're too tired. Well, we already knew this one. They knew that they... You know what, Gina? Yes, they did. They knew what they were signing up for. Oh, shoot. I'll be right back. All right, Matilda, you are done. I'm sorry. Matilda, the vacuum, knocked over one of my canvases that I'm working on, so I had to stop it. Anyway, back to what I was saying. So those bubbles that are going up, you know, where you've got the yolk that's going up and there's a bubble at the top of each one of those. Okay, there's 5 of them, right? So that's telling me that there's a lot of negative energy and it's meaning that I'm too tired. It could be the reason why I haven't had the strength to do anything. Some people even experience dizziness or headaches. Now, I'm not going to lie. This is 100% true right here. I have been getting the small little headaches that I used to get when I was really stressed out all the time. You know, they snap on fast, but they're gone just as fast. And it's like, fuck, that hurt, you know? And I am tired. I have a lot on my plate. My spoon is in way too many cauldrons, but it's okay. I'm going to get through it. I'm starting to, probably in another week or two, things will start coming together and making sense. And so I really just got to push through it and I'll be okay. And I do really think that that's probably why my guides are always, you know, having to work so hard, is because I'm like, I got shit to do. I've got to get it done. What is it I use? I had said in one of my other lives, I'll sleep when I'm pushing up daisies. That's just how I roll. Anyway, when you see something, how do you know it's not something helpful? Matilda is the vacuum. Yes, Matilda is the vacuum. Okay, I'm sorry. I saw the comment right above yours, Erica. When you see something you don't know, it's not something helpful. Now, that's not exactly true. Everything that you're going to see in the egg is helpful. And sometimes we need to use other divination to get clarification, whether it be your runes, your tarot cards, even if it's only a 1 or 2 card pull, or 1 or 2 rune pull. Sometimes I use my dice. Sometimes I use my pendulum. A lot of times my pendulum is quick and easy. I'm either wearing one or it, you know, whatever. So I'll just like grab it. And like I've done in the pendulum live, you could use anything as a pendulum. And since I've always got necklaces on, sometimes I use those. Sometimes clarification helps. And then you're like, oh, okay, it does make sense. So try that first before you rule out what you see in the egg. Okay? I hope that helps. This was another one that we saw here. when you I'll read that in a second. I'm sorry. When you break the egg and you see pointy shapes like needles, this means that there are people that have performed baneful workings on you and not wanting you to succeed. I already knew this one. I've been feeling it for a long time. I've actually talked to Crystal about it. And hence the reason I have my wards hella tight and I don't mess around. And if I request a reading, I have to drop my wards for a little bit because I know this is happening. It's been happening for a while now. And they're trying, but you know what? I ain't playing with that. Okay, let me go to your... I wish I had a daughter named Matilda. I have a daughter named Mandy, though. So Mandy and I named the vacuum Matilda. Anyway, I need sleep when you're constantly dreaming. Like, thanks for the visits and information. But it's like I never get right. Yeah, I know that. My husband deals with that constantly. If you break the egg and it has a film around it, can you guys see the little bit of a film around the egg? Yeah, there's a little film around it. It's not heavy, and it was heavier when I first dropped it, and it's coming down to the side now. There's a little, some of the film is coming off, but still there's a little bit on top. So, break the egg and it has a film around it, it means someone is purposely provoking you to make you angry. So, I've got that too. Look, I'm circling because I know I got work. Freaking Matilda. I gotta shut her off eventually. She'll go back to her spot. Let me move down. Yes, thank God my hubby is witchy, because if you see spikes that are facing downward, it means that you have anger that you cannot let go of. And yes, I do, and it's something I've been working on. And it has to do with somebody trying to fuck with me or trying to mess with me. But right? Anybody who is trying to better their life, no matter whether they're witchy or not, all have haters. People don't like to see other people even try to succeed, right? So now we did have spikes or striations that were facing downward, or that were, they were going up. Now they're facing downward. Okay, so they did change, but that's okay, because that means that what was happening, my guides are taking care of, and they can't take care of what I need to take care of within myself. So I understand that. Okay. So the spikes facing downward. I just got yolk on my hand. I did, because I stuck my hand in the yolk. Haters gonna hate. Exactly. And that is exactly true. And they're going to be anywhere, and they're everywhere. It doesn't matter. You know what? You could look cute in a freaking outfit, and somebody's not going to be happy with it. So they could piss up a rope. Let's see. We didn't have that one. Everything is good. Now, it says here, when you break the egg and everything is good, the yolk will sink to the bottom. Now, I do have all of these other little issues going on, but the yolk is not floating up. It's staying at the bottom. So, regardless that I'm getting these, bad tidbits, I should say, the fact that my yolk is staying down here on the bottom, I'm going to take that positivity, because that's telling me that it's nothing I can't handle. That's telling me that it's going to be okay. No, y'all are correct. Absolutely. We see it a lot. Yeah, exactly. So if this were if this egg yolk were going to the middle or floating to the top, because it shouldn't be floating, that's for darn sure. It means that someone would be sending negative energies my way. Okay, so in that case, it means that they are literally currently active at sending those negative energies. What I have going on is telling me that somebody or someone's have tried. Doesn't mean they actually succeeded. And my stress and my tiredness and my anger, right? It's not coming from outside of me. It's what I put upon myself. So I can't blame that on anybody. Thank God for my guides, though, because what somebody, yes, exactly. It means that everything's going to be all right. So I'm absolutely going to look at the positivity of that, because it's going to work out. I'm not worried about it. Do I need to work within myself? Absolutely. Don't we all? Right? I don't see any eyes in the yolk, so we're going to skip over that one. I don't see that one. So, right, I do love that our community does not gatekeep. We have an amazing group. Well, group within groups, right? All of them are just amazing. No halos, so we're gonna skip over that one. No. Okay. Clouds or swirling. Okay, so this little swirl over here on the side that I was trying to show you guys earlier, it means that I have emotional problems that are affecting my relationship with others. Yes, it's true. And that connects to my anger, which connects to something that I cannot let go of, that I'm working on, I'm trying. Okay, so yes, there we go. Like I said, so far, a lot of these are things within. We started off with threads going up within the egg wipe. It means gossip is disturbing your life, and there are people that want to see you sad. And if you do get this, you should do another egg cleansing. Okay? You're going to do the disposal. You're going to do another egg cleansing. And yes, I did have them, and I'm still going to do I'm still going to do the disposal, and I'm going to explain that too. Y'all are awesome. We are a sisterhood, or my whisters, as I love to call y'all. Anyway, we did have the threads that were going up, but now they're working their way down because Aunt Gypsy and my other guides, they know what they're doing. No, didn't have that. Didn't have that. Didn't have that. Nope. Well, okay. The water is actually clear. I mean, it's pretty awesome. The water is actually very clear. The only thing that we see is these little things that I need to work on. Thank you to my guides. And the yolk is sitting at the bottom. So what does that mean? That means all is well. It's still good. I have a few things that I need to work on internally. There were things that are happening that my guides have been taking care of. But in all, it's not that bad. You just thought you knew how to do this? Literally, I just thought I knew how to do this years ago until someone had shown me, and I was like, holy cow. I love it. No, no. So we're going to say this one. Your yolk has sunk to the bottom, and there are many bubbles around it. So we didn't have like a ton of bubbles, but we do still have bubbles. And those bubbles are actually still hanging out. They've not gone anywhere, right? And we already knew this. Means your guides and spirits are watching you. Keep your wards up. You can't expect them to do all the work. Yeah, that's what I wrote. But it's so true. Keep your wards up. Protect yourselves at all times. We know that I am a huge advocate of protection because of what we see out there in the world, right? And if you accidentally break the egg, we didn't accidentally break the egg, but I want to throw this in there because this is literally, and then I'm going to go backwards on all of the other things that you can see. You had an idea. Oh, I was like, what? If you accidentally break the egg before getting it into the glass, there's no such thing as accidents, guys. None. There's no accidents. Spirits are trying to keep you from seeing and cleansing. Grab another egg and try again with stronger intent. Now, when I say spirits are trying to keep you from seeing and cleansing, I don't mean your spirits. I don't mean your guides. I don't mean your ancestors. I mean the ones that are against you. So, if you accidentally break your egg, like I said, there's no accidents. If you break your egg and it doesn't make it into that glass, I want you to take a moment, re-ground, re-center, connect with your egg, set candles, do whatever you have to do to create a stronger intention. And that's why I want to tell you guys about this one, because it's actually pretty important. Just strengthen your intention. Build your confidence. Whatever you have to do. Don't just, oh, fuck it, grab another egg and do it again. I mean, really, you got to dig in, okay? Because that is like the number one first indication that something is being done against you. They don't want you to know about it, okay? Don't chalk it off as clumsiness, because it's not. There's no such things as accidents when it comes to our world. There's not. Okay, now I'm going to work my way back up for other things that we did not see within my cleansing. And then I'm going to go over, which is kind of cool because I'm here at the shop and I've got all my herbs. I couldn't help but do that. And we're going to get rid of everything. And we're going to do the same thing like we would do if someone was doing something against us. If someone was sending bad energies to us, we, like I had said in the beginning, we can be our own saboteurs. And that's the way I'm going to take my cleansing today, is I am sabotaging myself. I'm putting too much on my plate. I'm letting my emotions get ahead of me. I'm letting something that happened months ago still hurt me. I've got a lot of work to do. Whatever. Anyway, okay, so things that we did not see, but more information of what we can do. And if there's anything I'm saying in here that you guys saw in my egg cleansing that I might have missed, pop up, tell me, please. Okay, because when we are inside our own bubble or inside our own box, we have a tendency to miss stuff, right? Okay, so if you see big balloons in the water, like really, like, I don't know, like you see, not bubbles. I'm talking like white yolk balloons in the water. It's the sign of a cage. You're trapped in a situation or trapped because of something you've done. You might need to do many cleansings to get rid of it, to get rid of the situation, or to get rid of whatever it is. Okay? The color of the egg white, egg white. Oh, servitor. No, not servitor. Saboteur. You know what? The first time I said it earlier in the live, I thought, wow, that sounded like servitor. So that's funny. Anyway, the color of the egg white is also very important. If it's dark or if it's dark or mucky, it means that you are scared and you need to have more confidence. I've got a nice, good, clear white going on. Oh, I so love my guides. I got to show it to you again because they're still moving and changing as we're talking. So things are still happening. And that's another thing I want to tell you is as you're reading your egg, ask your guides to help you. And sometimes we don't need to ask our guides to help you. They just start working right away, as y'all can tell. They just start getting at it because they know. They know before we do. But ask yourself, ask your higher self, ask your ego, ask your heart what you need to work on. And give your egg the chance to make its changes. Because you're still pushing that energy, okay? Anyway, if the egg yolk looks like a raptor type bird, vulture, owl, crow, or you see a symbol of one, a spell has been cast against you. You should do another egg cleanse to be able to be free of it. So in other words, you'll do this one, you'll dispose of the egg, and then do another egg cleanse. Sometimes we got to do more than one because you want to get rid of whatever spell that was done against you, right? I had already gone over if you see a shape of a face, and it means that it's a sign of an enemy. If it's a slender face, it's a male. If it's a rounder face, it's a female, okay? How long do we observe until, you know what? That is absolutely dependable. It depends on you. And it depends on what you're feeling. You know, if all is good in 5 minutes and your egg drops to the bottom, the yolk drops to the bottom, everything's good, hell, you're good to go. But if you start seeing these things and nothing's moving, you literally got to start working on figuring out what it is. So, so it's really going to just depend, honey. I mean, I have gone anywhere from a half an hour, and that was literally a good egg drop, right? A half an hour all the way to like an hour and a half of discussing internally what's going on and giving the egg the chance and my guides the chance to help me work through it. So it really depends on the person. So one to find it and one to get rid of it. Yep. When you've got a bad, lots of bad energies, it's telling you all kinds of bad stuff, if it's giving you a shit ton of bad stuff, that's where I would start throwing the red pepper, build my intention, get rid of it, and then I'm going to sit and meditate. I'm going to do another egg cleanse. You know what I mean? So you could get rid of it a little bit quicker if you're like, holy shit, that's telling me nothing but bad. But I also like to let my guides have a chance to work it, because they can get rid of things way faster than I can. That's part of why we have them. They're amazing. Anyway. If you see an ion in the yolk, I already went over that one. If you see flowers in the yolk, like little images of flowers in the yolk. It means that negative energies are going away and good times are coming your way. I know it kind of rhymes, it's cool, but that's what it means. If you start to see flowers, which is awesome, because who doesn't like flowers? Flowers always make us happy. So it's kind of the best way to describe that. If you see cobwebs, now when we first cracked the egg, at first I thought it was cobwebby, but it wasn't, because all of those lines were literally going straight down. So instead of interpreting that as cobwebs, I interpreted it as the spikes, spears, types. Cobwebs are more not just going to go down. You're going to see them go down. You're going to see them go sideways. You're going to see them come up. They're going to go sideways the other, like a cobweb does. Matter of fact, you might even see like the top of the yolk kind of do, that little, kind of like do like this kind of thing. Okay, that's what I mean by cobwebs. You start seeing something like that. Anyway, if you see, where is that one at? Where'd you go? Cobwebs in the egg means that people are jealous of you and want to see you fail in something that you want. A business, a project, a promotion. Okay, any of those kind of things. I was really hoping for flowers. Flowers they come along. They come along. Great-grandma told me to wrap my hands around the glass. Be careful not to move the glass or water. Still, it's ready. It has been. It's still working. And you know what? She's absolutely not wrong. She's not wrong. The way that I was taught was, I did move it around, yes, but it was pretty much done with its movement at that time. And then as I set it down, it kind of like continued with more, right? But wrapping your hands around the glass is continuing to connect with the egg just while it's within the water. So, one, you're continuing to connect with the egg. At least this is my understanding from the way I was taught compared to what your great aunt told you. So you're still continuing to connect. You do want to try to let it stay and not have as much movement as possible, because you don't want to alter what you're trying to see. And it's, you move it around too much, it's going to change it, right? If it is still, it's ready. And if it is having movements, yes, it's still working. And your guides and your ancestors and your spirit team is still doing work for you. Okay? So yes, absolutely not wrong. And I wish I could pronounce that last word on your comment, because I'm gonna have to Google how to say that. That's cool. Where did you go? All right. Anyway, so yes, that's great advice. Absolutely great advice. I love it. Silhouettes are something to look for. You see silhouettes within the egg or the yolk, either way. It means that your guides or your spirits or both have a message for you. It's in Greece. Oh, that's awesome. I love Greece. I love Greece. That's so cool. And of course, that's why I can't pronounce it. Anyway, so pay attention. If you start to see like a silhouette, and I'm not talking about, the seeing a face. I mean like a usually when you see a face, you could kind of see straight forward. When you're seeing a silhouette, you're going to see more of that side view. And you're going to see just the silhouette of the face or a silhouette of a face and a body, right? Oh, you broke it down. I was like, what? Thessaloniki. Oh, that sounds so pretty. That's cool. I'm going to have to look it up too. I love checking out new places. So, Anyway, pay attention if you see silhouettes, because your guides or your spirits or both have something to tell you. They have a message for you. Okay? And I think that's really important. We got to pay attention to what they say. If the yolk is hot, it looks like it's cooked. You know how it gets that, it's not so yellow, right? It looks whitish. It looks cooked. Extremely white. There's negative energy surrounding you. Most likely someone has performed magic and you may need to do another cleanse to remove it. Love these reasons for new cleansings or a second cleanse. If white halos are surrounding the yolk, it means that you make decisions too quickly and you need to slow down and get your butt back in line. I do get those every now and then because I do make decisions quickly. So does my husband. We're both Tauruses. I mean, what do you expect, right? Yeah. I tend to make decisions too quickly. I tend to get hot-headed quickly. That's just how it is. So I do get the white halos quite often. Ooh. I got to do one more, and then we're going to open up real quick, and then I'm going to continue that. Looking cooked. Really? Yeah. If it looks like it's cooked, pay attention to that one. If you see geometric shapes in the yolk, so 2 types of geometric shapes you want to pay attention to. Triangles and squares. Yeah, right? Triangles are signs of lies that you've been telling. Squares. So in other words, you just called yourself out. Squares means that whatever you're holding on to, you need to move forward and forget the past. So they have 2 completely different meanings. Okay? All right, give me one moment because I need to actually open up the shop and I'll continue on. Be right back. Okay, so I just had to open up the shop real quick. I basically just needed to unlock the door. I'm already ready. Unlock the door and turn on the open sign. And when I'm done with the live, then I'll go put my open flag out. But the sign's lit up. They know I'm open. We're good to go. And if anybody walks in, cool. I'm always doing something when they come in the door anyway. My customers are used to it. Anyway, if you see eyes. Now, I know that we said that if you see an eye, like the evil eye, this is a little bit different. If you see eyes, what looks like or what could be more than one eye, at least. So if you see a pair or more, right? This means that someone is jealous of you and is watching you. Like they're not just evil eye. They are intently watching you. And this may be why you've been feeling uncomfortable all the time and feeling blocked. Because their jealousy is like that strong. Pay attention, right? If you see figures that look like they're curled up inside the yolk, it means that you could fall ill. Please go see a doctor. Something's going on that you're unsure about, and your guides, spirits, whatever, are telling you, get your butt to the doctor. Okay? Yes, they can tell us what's going on within ourselves too. They know it, they see it before we do. Parts of yours were hot. Let's, definitely something to work on. I wouldn't take any chances at all. And it could be, I like to think of it this way. If the whole thing is not hot, and I know I'm veering a little bit, but this one's kind of got me a little. If you're not seeing the whole egg is hot, okay, because I actually don't have that in my notes. Right, it is good to know. Anyway, back to the hot, sorry. If the whole egg is not hot, and parts of it are, only parts of it are hot, okay, obviously there's some negative energy around you. It's being worked on, and most likely, whatever magic was done, your guides have been absorbing or taking care of it. You know, Erica, anyway, I'm sorry. I'm bouncing back and forth on this. Anyway, I want to say partly hot. Let me finish that first. Partly hot. Your guides, your spirits, they have been working on it. They are currently still working on it. Just help them out a little bit. Help them out a little bit, and you can get rid of those negative energies, okay? You might have to do a second cleanse to help them. What do you want? Okay, now let me answer the next question. If the egg be should the egg be room temperature or straight from the fridge? What if you don't refrigerate your eggs? So I don't refrigerate my eggs because I only get farm eggs. I get them from sorry, Matilda. I get them from my my local co-op that I'm a part of. I get my raw milk, my eggs, everything from that ranch. But anyway, I don't refrigerate my eggs. Oh no, absolutely, hun. So, but I've never really had it matter before I even became part of this co-op. Because when I would buy store-bought eggs that of course have to be refrigerated anyway. Oh, thank you. When I had the regular store-bought eggs that I'd had to get out of the refrigerator, during the time that I'm doing my connection, holding on to the egg, walking around with the egg, sticking it in my bosoms, whatever, that egg's warming up. So it's not going to go into the water, stone cold. So I think that you're going to give it a chance to warm up anyway, because you're connecting with it and holding it. So I don't really think it matters, though. I don't know. You know what? I'm sorry. I'm going to have to go with I don't know, because I don't think I've ever, because of the way that I connect with my egg, it's got a chance to warm up. Yeah, I'm good with that. With a farm egg than a store-bought, somehow it feels like the energy would be much stronger. No, I'm not sure if the energy is going to be actually stronger or not, but the fact that if you feel it's going to be stronger, then it's going to be stronger. I definitely believe that, because what's the most powerful tool in our practice? Ourselves, right? So yeah, if you're feeling that way, then yes, it's going to be that way. That's how I'm going to interpret that. Oh, they do. I do like them much better. I do. That's another reason why there's multiple reasons why we get raw milk, but that not only the taste, the benefits that it can do for you. So, yeah. Let me move up. We did the figures curled up inside the yolk. But please, if you do see that, please get into your doctor. When the Coke, oh my God. When the yolk is cloudy, see, there I go mixing my words now. When the yolk is cloudy, black or gray, someone has sent the evil eye your way. Yes, we rhyme once in a while. If you see red or black dots, it tells you you have something wrong within your body. Please pay attention and see your doctor. Nice. Yeah, I'm a firm believer of every chance you can. If you could buy raw eggs, buy raw eggs. But I just like them much better. Now, then there's the other thing when it comes to raw eggs. There is in reading your egg cleansing, there is a big difference between seeing the dot from, or like red or brown dot from a fertile egg, or seeing it because of your egg cleansing. Yes, belief in it. It's what you believe is what is true. Okay? But anyway, back to, if you're the difference between the red dots and spots in what from the egg cleansing or because it's fertile. You know what I mean? So when you see the red dots because of the cleansing or black dots or spots or whatever, you're going to see these tiny little spots that are, which I don't have any here to show you, which is, that's awesome for me, but it sucks for not being able to show you. You're going to see them more between the white and the yolk. So like in that layer in between, okay? If it's a fertile egg, you're going to see it like right there against the yolk, if not inside the yolk. The yolk itself, okay? So please pay attention to the difference, because I don't want you to see a fertile egg and go, oh no, I'm fucked. You're not. Okay? And I only say this because I've done it. And I was like, oh my God, and freaking out and stressing out. And then my husband was like, babe, how come you're using a fertile egg? And I was like, huh? Ah, shit. So anyway. Yeah, just experience. We've all done it. I'm not perfect. Anyway. It was trying to pause on me. Don't you do that, electronics. Anyway, when you've got a figure that looks like an animal or a person in the yolk, you should definitely be concerned. If the image is a person, it means that someone is jealous or envious of you. If it's an animal or an object, it's a current problem in your life. Try to recall if you've dreamt it. If you've dreamt it, then that's exactly what it is, and you need to handle it. Yes, because our belief system, what we believe, is the most powerful in the world. And Matilda got stuck over there. She's fine. She shut up. Okay, so, that's definitely something I want y'all to know. Now, I'm going to take a look at my egg again, and she's been doing a lot of work. I've got lots of little bubbles all over the place in there, little bubbles. My guides have really, and she's been sitting, we haven't touched it. Things are clearing up on top. She's still sunk to the bottom. The cloudiness that's over the top has started to just kind of like fall out. I love my guides. Thank you so very much. Thank you. Thank you, Aunt Gypsy. Because they're helping me. They are helping me like crazy. And what they cannot do for me, I have to do for myself, which I already knew this. Okay. So, now, since there's, there is a little bit of, outside stuff that had come in and internal stuff coming in. So this is where we're going to get rid of this egg now, right? And I will probably do another cleansing after, but since it's more internal for me, I'm probably going to do my second egg cleansing after I have sat and meditated and listened to some, like getting a kick in the butt, right? Anyway, I need to sit and have a discussion with myself, basically, and meditate and ground, and then I'll do another cleansing later tonight. So, in the meantime, let's do what we got to do to get rid of this egg, okay? Now, we're going to grab some herbs, and I'm going to tell you what and why I chose these ingredients to get rid of this herb, okay? So, first things first, and it's going to take me a couple of minutes. Let's find, now this would be the best part for someone to walk in. Where are you? This is where my brain is not functioning, and I'm like literally singing the alphabet in my head so I can find my herbs. Where? Huh. LMNOPQR. Red celery. No. All right. Well, I was looking for originally my red pepper flakes. I cannot find them up there, probably because I took them home for something. So guess what? I keep this guy in my purse because I put it on my food all the time. It's ground cayenne red pepper. I'm going to add red pepper to this because if there is any jealousy or people watching me, like she was saying in the beginning, I'm still calling her she. If they're watching me, I want to burn their eyes. I ain't playing. Yes, you get to see a little bit of baneful magic come from me because I am not messing around. So we're going to give them a little bit of red pepper. And I can't see through the comments, but I'm going to actually put the camera a little bit closer so you guys can see, hopefully, what I see, right? I put cayenne on everything. And a couple of different reasons. One, it helps us magically. Two, it helps us medically. Ever since I started putting red pepper on pretty much everything I eat, I carry it in my purse. I go to restaurants with it. I have not gotten sick. It's so beneficial to us. I'm going to tell you, it's awesome shit. Anyway, yes, I had to put it closer because I want you guys to see what each herb is going to do to this. See how that red is floating inside? It's got a little bit of work to do. All right, let's set that down for now. Now I want my no. I was going to grab my Himalayan salt, but I changed my mind. We're going to use our black salt. We're going to add black salt to this because why? Not only do I need to protect myself from those eyes watching me and that jealousy, I need to protect myself, from sabotaging myself. So I'm going to use black salt. Yes, this part is all new info, and we're doing it on the fly. You guys get to see how I work. So we're going to add black salt to this because, like I said, not only am I protecting myself from the outside, I am protecting myself from myself. We have to do that too, you know. We are not. Oh, you know what? We might be doing that too. Anyway. Now, if I thought, if I read that it was really, really, really bad, I would have added nails. I would have added spider webs, right? If it was a really bad cleansing and somebody is freaking throwing all their shit at me, I would have hit them so hard. Now, there are multiple ways that we're going to dispose of this, and we're going to flush this one. So if I were to do that, I wouldn't use the eggs or the nails, of course, the spider webs or the nails. But there there's another way that you can dispose of your eggs so that it gets, but you're going to do it like near a tree, completely away from your property. I mean, I'm talking get your ass a mile down the road. Get rid of it away from your property. Really? Oh, honey, whatever's going on, this is your chance to get rid of it right now, here and now, gone. Okay, so, and let's see, we've got our cayenne, we've got our black. Since I'm doing some work within, I need to work on a little bit of sweetness. I am not a fan of cinnamon in general, but in this case, I'm going to use it because I need to bring that positivity to help work on myself, right? So we're going to add a little bit of cinnamon to this. And none of this is going to hurt of course, cinnamon's just going to sit on the top. It always does. Yeah, I'm not the big, I should have used, no, there it goes. It's starting to go down a little bit. Okay. Things are moving in there. Yeah, I like to kind of look at if I'm doing this at home, I will do it in the kitchen. This is something I will do in the kitchen because I've got my herbs in there and I'm going to just open my cupboards and say, what do I need? Right? All right. There is something else that I need for me internally. And then something else that I need for protection. And I don't mind suggestions, just so y'all know. But, you know what? Where are you? No. We're going to add a little bit of angelica root. And the reason I'm going to use some angelica root is because I'm asking myself, my ego, right? My ego within, to give myself patience and to not be so hard on myself. And, oh God, what's the other word I'm looking for? Compassion. Because I do get angry at myself for not being over the damn issue, right? So, and talk to it while you're doing it, you know? A little bit of angelica root. Patience and compassion. All right. And then one more, because we can't leave all of the protection to the guides. They can't do it all. We have to do some of it for ourselves. And where are you? Hyssop. Protection. A little bit of hyssop on there for protection. Because I got to help my guides out, you know. I'd like them to keep sticking around. I do. Yes, dear. Yes, dear. I do. Yeah. Okay. Well, and I'm still looking at my egg and seeing what it's doing. Okay. Those, with all of that stuff that we've put in there, right? Because we're still working this project. We're still working this cleanse. So everything that was on top is gone. All of that part of the egg white is totally gone. We're still interpreting. Our bubbles are still there. We have some more bubbles over top of the yolk. Great. My guides are still working. Self-work too, absolutely. Yes, ma'am. Yes. Let me go back to my notes real quick, because I mean, there are so many different things to look for that, for God's sakes, I can't remember them all. I'm about to be 51 years old. I can't memorize all that stuff. That's a lot. Let's see, where are you? Da 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 da. No, 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 Okay, we're not there. I was moving too fast. I'm looking for the, I know it was one of these. Emotional problems. Oh, here we go. Threads going up. Okay, so it means that there's still a little bit of gossip going on. That's fine. Whatever. They'll get over it. That's a them problem, not mine. But they're being handled. They're definitely being handled. That's literally my bubbles are still right at the top of those threads. So that's telling you that my guide's got this. I'm just going to help him out a little bit. And it says that I should do another egg cleansing. So yes, I already know this though. I already know that I need to do another egg cleansing because I'm doing my self-work, right? And then this is just something I do, and I have found out that it does not harm your toilet, okay? And then I'm gonna have to wash my hands real quick. But when I am done and I'm ready, I'm gonna get rid of this shell, but I'm not gonna throw it away. It's getting flushed with everything. But I'm gonna crush it. And this is just something that Aunt Gypsy taught me a long time ago. Yeah, I got egg yolk all over my hand, but that's okay. Get it all in there. Everything you possibly can. So it's not gonna hurt your toilet. And because that energy that was in your yolk, it's not just in your yolk. It's also still in the eggshell. So we're gonna get rid of every bit of that energy. Now, like I said earlier, there's a few ways that you can get rid of your egg. If you're doing it this way, you can do it separately, crunch your egg and throw it in the glass, or you can crunch your egg and throw it in the toilet, and then take this and dump it in the toilet. And then I was taught originally that you can follow with salt and lemon juice and then flush it. I've not done it that way, or I've not done that. That's just something that I was told you could do. I've not done that. I do like to crush my egg, get it inside there with all of that mixture right now. Not necessarily. It just depends. It depends. For flush rather than berry. It totally depends. You can, if you're near a moving body of water, not a still pond or anything like that, a moving body of water, give it to the body of water. Throw it in there and let them have it. Let them take it away. Okay? Let nature help you. She'll do it. Or you can bury it. I always taught that if we flush, I think you're going to finish that sentence in a second. If you're going to bury it, which absolutely you can. And so this is my difference. It doesn't really, the only thing that matters when it comes to the difference between burying and flushing. We don't want to ruin our septic system, our toilets, our lines, right? The sewage lines. So if you're going to put things like spider webs, nails, like if it's bad juju stuff, you can't flush that down the toilet, right? Absolutely, you can dispose it at crossroads. Absolutely. What do we like to tell you? Do what feels good to you. If you feel you need to bury it at a crossroads, do it at a crossroads. If you feel you need to bury it, don't bury it in a cemetery. Please don't bury it in a cemetery. They don't need that kind of stuff. But you could do it near a cemetery, you know. If you're gonna bury it, do it away from your property. And if you know who's trying to harm you, if you actually know who's trying to harm you, bury it at their property. Put it as close to their property as you could possibly get it. And if you really know who it is and you've got good access, dump it right at their front door. I've done it before. My ex, oh boy, he was not happy. I don't care. Fuck him. Anyway, sorry. That's part of my anger issues. All right. So there are many ways that you can dispose of it, but you do want to dispose of it. You're wanting to get rid of it and get it as far away from you as possible, no matter what. And if someone is really trying to, mess with you or hurt you, harm you in any way, give it back to them. Don't play that. We ain't messing around with that. Give it back to them. All right. We're going to go flush this sucker. So, and I do have internet that goes all the way through. The old ladies next door are probably going to be like, what is she doing? Yay. Give it back. That's right. Give it back. Sorry, guys. They want to have the balls or the gall to send bad stuff your way. Give it back to them. And because there's still some residue in our glass, I'm going to give it a rinse and dump that in there too, because I want it all gone. And it doesn't matter whether it's somebody else or whether it's you sabotaging yourself. Obviously, that's what we're doing. Bye-bye. You're right. They're X's for a reason. All right. Let's go put this in the cup in the sink. I'll go back up front. And I'm going to be honest, that felt freaking amazing. My heart feels a little bit fluttered, which is good because I usually get a little bit of a flutter when I feel good about myself. So that felt awesome. Wish I didn't live in such an asphalt and concrete area. I lived in a big asphalt concrete area, and we just make do with what we can. At one time, it wasn't a necessity, or it wasn't a egg cleansing that I could just flush to dispose of. It was a pretty bad one. And the plant that I had a potted plant on my balcony, and it went into the potted plant. Like I literally dug a hole, dumped it in there, did that to get rid of it. And then I let the plant take its energy. You know what I mean? And things started clearing up. It was just something that felt right to me at the time. I think I was in my 20s, I didn't know then about sending it further away from my home, but I didn't get bad repercussions from it. It was just stuff that I still needed to work through and take care of. And it worked out eventually. But I know it sucks living in a concrete area. It's hard. Because I've been there. We do what we got to do. And we adapt to fit our practice and do what we can. I'm going to open this up to any more questions. See if anybody's, because this is just, I don't know, egg cleansing, it takes a lot. It takes a lot. It takes a lot out of you, but it is very rewarding. Then again, I think a lot of spell work is very rewarding. Like I know when I feel something has done well for me, you know, whether it be a spell or an egg cleansing, a candle ritual, it doesn't matter. When I have a high vibrational, high energy, heart flutter feeling, I'm like, fuck yeah, that worked. I just know. It worked. I'm good. I'll be good. I'll be fine. Right? There is a lot to it. Oh, good. I'm glad that I can help everybody with this information, you know, because I think it's pretty important information. And it is for me, at least, you know, and we like to try to share and get what we've learned over the years and our knowledge out there to everybody. So I'm going to leave it open for a couple of more questions. This did turn into a fairly long live, and I do apologize for that, everybody. Something's wrong with my sign, and I really did enjoy the engagement with everybody while doing this live. So, alrighty. You guys are all so very welcome. And thank you for doing the egg cleansing with me, because that was a new experience for me. I've always done it in private, and I've never done it with anybody or anybody watching me, or I usually wait for everybody to be completely gone away from the house and do it on my own. How do you rejuvenate after the takeaway? Ground and center. That is how I rejuvenate. I reground, I recenter. Sometimes I need to gain higher vibrations or higher energy, like almost immediate. And that's where I freaking crank the music, whatever music I'm feeling. And I don't care if it's death metal, blues. It just depends on my mood, because I like all kinds of music, except for rap and reggae. That's the only two I don't listen to. I do listen to a lot of other genres. But anyway, music is one of my biggest for me. That is where I can literally bounce back from almost anything by listening to music. So, but I think it does help ground me. You know, I think it does help center me, but definitely grounding and recentering yourself, I think, is the best way to be able to rejuvenate yourself and bring back that chi, right? So I'm so glad you guys learned more. And like I said, and thank you, Patience, I'm glad you enjoyed it. I've never done it that way before, and rather enjoyed it. It was cool. Doesn't mean I'm going to do it again with people in my house watching, because I usually don't do a lot of stuff with anybody around. At least not on purpose. But like if I'm here at the shop and I'm doing a ritual for someone or for myself, I usually start when there's nobody in here. And if someone walks in, they're usually like, "Oh, what are you doing?" And I'll just tell them what I'm doing. I've had some that continue shopping and do their own thing, and I've had some that ask if they can join. Very few, mind you. And I think only one person I was like, no. So, anyway. Yeah, see, music is my regenerative. I am huge on what music can do for you. Did I? Of course I did. I had a piece of paper that had 2 new books that a customer recommended to me that had to do with music. I've got one that she recommended, This Is Your Brain on Music or something like that I'm reading right now. And oh my God, so much information. But she came in again and recommended 2 more books. But I'm a huge, I love binaural beats. I love Eddie and all kinds of music therapy. I like to do the tuning forks in my Reiki sessions. I really do understand and believe the connection between our brains and music. There's massive connections there. Anyway, all right. On that note, I'm going to let everybody enjoy the rest of their Saturday. To those of you mamas out there, have a beautiful Mother's Day tomorrow. I just realized tomorrow's Mother's Day. Ooh, look at that. I keep forgetting. Anyway, and even if you're not a mama, I know that you've got to be somebody's aunt or adopted mama, you know, a mama figure to a best friend's child. And of course, we all have our mamas. So happy Mother's Day to everybody. You are correct. So is reading and crafting. Yes, they are. All of them have a connection. Yeah. Including rap, but not reggae. It's very fluent in my play. Awesome. No, I can't help it. I love all sorts of crafts, but music is a constant in the background, no matter what. It's my white noise. Anyway, all right, on that note, have an awesome, awesome remainder of your day. I'll catch up with you soon. Many blessings. Bye, guys.